Yo, what's going on guys? Welcome back to the channel. Back at it again. Crystal Isles The Takeover, episode 4. Yeah, welcome back guys. Thanks for the support on the last video. I did really well. You guys really seem to enjoy the raid. Still on track for these consistent uploads. So this is episode 4. I still have episode 5 and 6 probably recorded already. Got some pretty decent content coming up. Now this episode is more of a PvE based episode. As I said, we wiped our main enemies off the server in the last episode. Go back and watch that if you haven't already. So today's got a bit of everything. Got some base building, it's got some taming, it's got some farming blueprints from cave drops, pretty much a bit of everything. The next video after this one, we should be back to raiding. But for now, I'm going to shut up and we're going to jump into today's episode. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do today, guys, is we're actually going to head over and run ourselves the ice cave or the snow cave. It's an underwater cave. It's filled with drops on this Crystal Isles map. There's like 8 or 9 drops up at one time. It's pretty crazy. It's a massive cave system. You guys will see shortly. Couple entrances. The one I like to use is over here by Blue Ob. You come to Blue Ob, this area near the green trees here, and then the entrance is just under the water next to this little island here. Now, I kind of wish I ran this before we actually fobbed those guys. It would have been kind of nice to have some decent blueprints. I didn't realize how easy it is to actually get blueprints until someone told me about this cave. So here we go, guys. We're going to run it together. Haven't actually run it before, and yeah, we'll see what we get. All right, here we go, boys. We've got ourselves a red drop. First drop of the cave. Let's see what we got. All right, so we've got a 223 Fabby. Sadly, not a blueprint, and we've got some ghillie gauntlets. Let's keep on going, guys. Let's find all the drops we can in here. Like, we already have a few flak blueprints. Nothing too good. I'm assuming this is where the good blueprints will actually come from. Just going to keep on running, and I'll cut on back to once I find a drop. I'm pretty sure no one else is running this cave. I don't think it's that common knowledge, so we should be the only ones in here. All right, we got ourselves a blue drop. What did we get? Mining helmet. All right, next drop, we got ourselves a yellow one. What did we get? Assault rifle and a mammoth saddle. All right, another red drop. I think that's red drop number 4 or 5. Pump 193.
That's
Apprentice.
Nice. That's a good PP.
Yeah.
Oh, holy shit.
That's a really nice BP, boys. 193 damage. Really cheap blueprint that we really needed that. It's going to help us out a lot. All right, here we go. Yellow drop. Oh, boys, we got the fucking flak. This is where the flak blueprints actually come from. What did we get? 300, almost 400 Jura. That's pretty goddamn nice. As I said, I wish we did this cave before we actually fobbed. Would have made it a whole lot easier actually having good shotguns and decent flak. But now that we know about it, we should have our blueprint set done pretty quickly. Alright, so that's probably going to be it for the drop farming, guys. I forgot to mention that it's kind of 2 runs mashed into one on the footage anyway. So I got the flak boots as well as these flak leggings on that same run. The flak leggings aren't that good. They're in like 250 Jura ramshackle, but still much better than primitive. And I think with that, our set is complete. Either way, I'm going to fly back to base and then we'll decide what we're going to do from there. So I decided, guys, that we're actually going to go ahead and tame the new dino. I didn't actually decide, to be honest. Natsu was just taming them and asked for my help, and I figured I may as well include the content in the episode anyway. People are probably interested in the new dino. So if you didn't already know, the taming method for these guys is you have to hit them with a chain bowler and then passively feed them. We're going to be using kibble for ours. But what you probably don't know is there's actually a little secret tip you can use to tame them a hell of a lot faster than what they would normally take. So usually on 1 times or 2 times, they usually take about 2.5 hours to tame. The feeding interval is something like 36 minutes or something like that. Now there's a way to reduce the feeding interval massively, and all you have to do is chain bowler it and then damage the Tropognathus, whatever the fuck they're called. So once it's low HP, it starts consuming food at a much faster rate, which means it needs to be passively fed a lot faster. So it drops the taming time from about 2.5 hours to about 5 minutes. So you guys will see that now. So you guys are about to see that now. Much quicker method for taming the new dino. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and breathe on this thing with the wyvern. Hopefully it doesn't kill it instantly because it's a pretty strong blood wyvern. We've got a pretty high damage stat. So we'll breathe on this and until we start to see blood, I would say, on the wing. So, I mean, that's probably good enough. Alright, so we breathed on it. Now we just got to wait a bit for it to actually start eating food to gain its health back. And then once its health is dropped, we'll bowler it and go ahead and tame it. As easy as that. Apparently, that's what I've been told anyway. So we're going to try that now. Alright, so its food's probably dropped by now. I think it's about time we shoot it with the bowler. So let's go ahead and jump on it now. Natsu will open the gate and let's get this thing tamed up.
So now I feed it?
Yeah, and the interval should be low. Like it should be hungry again fast. Look at how low its food is. Jesus.
Yep.
Yeah, much quicker. Much quicker.
Wow.
Can you tame other shit like that? Can I go and punch a Bassie and instant tame it? So there we go, guys. We reduced the taming time from about 2 hours to, I'd say, about 2 minutes. Fucking amazing. Now I'm actually going to go ahead and try out one of these new dinos for the first time. I think we got a saddled one over here and it's already got gas inside of it. For those of you guys that don't know, it consumes gasoline once you got a saddle on it, and you can fly pretty fast from what I hear. So let's go ahead and try that out now. How do you do the speed boost on this thing?
Control.
You need to saddle for it.
Yeah, I got the saddle.
Oh, okay. Press C on it.
Oh my god, what the fuck? Holy shit, these things are amazing, guys. They're actually so much fun to use. I don't know how, like, practical the C-spin backflip thing is going to be. Maybe there's some way you can use it to exploit bases and dive into turrets. I don't know. We'll have to do some further testing, but they seem pretty fast. I wonder how they are compared to all the other flies in the game. If I had to say, I'd guess they're probably faster than Griffins, because they can even use the speed boost to go up. So they might even be the new fastest flyer, assuming they have gasoline in them. Either way, guys, pretty cool team, and let's go ahead and get on to whatever's next. We're going to breed these guys up. I'm not going to be in charge of that. I'm only going to be in charge of breeding the trikes. Either way, let's go ahead and cut on to whatever we're doing next. Alright, so next up, before I decide what I'm going to do next, because I honestly have no idea, I want to give you guys a little update on the base. So we ended up taking the cave that we fobbed in the last episode. It's not the greatest cave, but it probably is the best base spot on Crystal Isles, just because of the amount of space it has. So we put a turret wall over here. This is the big side entrance. We've got a turret wall over this side. Here you can see our first floor, our top floor. We're just storing all the wyverns here at the moment. There's just so much space in the cave, like we're going to build a bunch more floors later. I'm probably going to be the one doing that because no one else really wants to do it, and I need someone to put my trikes. Down here at the artifact is where we've got the races at the moment. There's a greenhouse below me. Below that, there's a kitchen. And otherwise, we haven't really utilized much more of the cave, but as you can see, just by me flying around, there's so much space we can use, like all up here. We could probably fit like 4, maybe 5 more floors in here in total. Like, there's just so much space, more space than we're going to need. And then once server transfer is open, or once we're strong enough, we'll go ahead and claim ourselves a better base location on a different map. Okay, so the video is pretty much coming to an end, guys. I know it's another short one. People want longer episodes, I'm sorry, but if I want to remain somewhat consistent, like between the 10 and 15 minute mark is like, I'm happy with that. If I can manage that with an episode and it's not boring, to me, that's a win. So for the last part of the video, I went on a taming spree. I tamed up a whole bunch of squids with Andy, and then I tamed up a whole bunch of trikes as well to get started on the trike mutation breeding. Now, I won't bore you too much with the squid taming because the squid taming was in like episode 2, I think. Basically, the squids on this map, they're always high level, they're always in massive packs, it's great. So we've got 3 or 4 high level females, and then we got a really nice high level male as well. Like, I had some really nice damage. I'm doing a voiceover, so I don't remember it exactly. I will put it on the screen. I think it was like 370% damage. So 40 something points in damage, pretty nice squid. The reason we're breeding this is the guys over on center, the guys we're raiding, obviously we're raiding the whole server. They have a center snow cave, center ice cave, whatever you want to call it. And squids are pretty decent for the water fights that you'll have to have in there. So we tamed up a bunch of squids, and as I said, after that, I went on to tame a bunch of 0-0 female trikes. So for the last part of the video, I thought I may as well talk a little bit about breeding just while I knock out some trikes. A lot of people ask me for a breeding video. I am not the best breeder by any means at all. There's a whole lot of people that are better at breeding than I am. I just know the basics, and pretty much what you want to do to start breeding is tame up a bunch of 0-0 females. That pretty much means dinos that don't have any mutation. So wild females, and then you breed them with your male. You get a male with a good stat that you want. For example, on trikes, you want HP. So you tame the highest level HP male you can find, and then you start breeding from there. We're going to start from the one I tamed at the end of last episode. You breed those up with all the females, you hatch all the eggs, you check all the babies for HP mutations. If you don't get any, you kill them all, or you keep a couple if you want some trikes. Otherwise, you kill them all, you hatch them again until you get a mutation. Once you get the mutation, you use that as the breeder, and then you just keep on going and going, stacking up the mutations. But yeah, that's a quick little rundown on breeding, guys. If you want a more in-depth guide, go ahead and YouTube Arc Breeding Guide or whatever. There's a pretty decent one on YouTube. You'll get all the info you need. Otherwise, let's get back to base. We'll find a spot to put these trikes, we'll breed them up, and then we'll check if we've got ourselves a mutation or anything like that. Alright guys, and we're back. So I tamed up a bunch more trikes. I placed all of the trikes on top of the greenhouse here, so I got a whole bunch of 0-0 trikes, and then my breeder male. The HP isn't that great to start with, 3.6k, like it could be better, but I think for now that's going to get the job done just because I'm so sick of taming trikes. The base progress is slowly progressing. I'm not really building anything, but I wanted to give you guys a bit of an update. So we've got trikes, underneath that we've got greenhouse, underneath that is the kitchen, and then underneath that is the breeding area, the hatching area. Don't know if I can reach all of them at once. We're probably gonna have to do it in 2 halves. But let's take a look. Let's enable mating, and let's see how much we can actually reach. So yeah, kind of small and kind of weird that it doesn't get the corners. I think I'm gonna have to do this in 4 parts. All right, so we got ourselves 25 trike eggs. I could have got 26, but for some reason, one of them didn't want to actually mate. So yeah, 25 trike eggs. We're gonna go throw these down in the hatching area. We'll hatch these up and pray for some mutations. The footage is about 10 minutes long of me just sitting there looking at stats and naming trikes. I'll save you all the disappointment. I didn't actually get any mutations. I did share out the trikes to all my tribe mates, so everyone claimed a few, just because they were the first trikes that we had. But shortly after I went to sleep, a tribe mate hatched up the trikes again, and he actually managed to get a HP mutation on a female. Now, at the moment, I'm in the process of getting that onto a male. I don't have any footage of that. It's just me hatching one egg over and over again and hoping for the best. And yeah, so far I haven't gotten it. So with any luck, I should get it pretty soon. And then we can continue on with the trike line. Otherwise, that's it for the breeding, guys. The only other thing we did today was we did a boss fight. I'll put that at the end of the video and do my outro over it. All right, so that's pretty much the end of the video, guys. The only other thing we did was a boss fight on the center just to get people access to the replicator as well as tech turret engram, just so we can switch the turrets if we ever get attacked. Pretty easy. Boss fight footage is always boring. We just swarmed it with Rexes on the center. The boss died insanely quick and we got our engrams pretty easily. Otherwise, guys, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying these consistent uploads. As I said, I do have 1 or 2 episodes recorded. The next episode will have a couple raids in it. I just have to get around to editing it. It'll probably be out 2 days from now, as has all the other episodes. But yeah, as I said, end of the video. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next episode.